Hello everyone, I'm Christy-Lyn from christylynmusic.com and welcome to Harp Help, where every Thursday we grow together in our musical journey as harpists. Today I'm going to be talking about what's in my harp bag, which is similar to videos you might have seen on YouTube where beauty gurus talk about their favorite handbag and what they have inside it. It kind of gives insight into the personality of the person and also shows what they like because their essentials are going to be in their handbag. I've also seen Josh Lane here on YouTube doing a similar video about what's in his harp bag, and you should definitely check out his channel if you're a harpist. And so I thought I'd do my own version because mine is a little bit different. So this is my harp bag. It's quite big, so I can't show you the whole thing, but I will put a picture over here where you can see me wheeling this harp bag along next to me. It's actually a bag that's intended to be for traveling like a normal luggage bag, but I find this kind of bag really helpful when I'm performing because it means that I can carry my harp on one shoulder because I have a lever harp at the moment that I'm performing with, and then I wheel this bag along behind me, which means that I can take everything out of my car and just go in one trip from the car to where I'm performing, and I find that really helpful. I also like that my bag is black because it means I can put it in the corner behind me wherever I'm performing or easily tuck it away somewhere, and black is really good for fading into the background and not looking messy, so it means that my equipment can look really neat. The cover of my harp is also black, so I just put the harp cover and my harp bag next to each other right behind me and you can barely notice it, which is really helpful. So let's have a look at what's inside. My harp bag has a little pocket at the top on the outside here, and I put things in there that I want to be able to grab very quickly when I need to give something to somebody or have quick access to it. So inside my top pocket, I have a few things here. The first thing I have is a little package of business cards. I like to have these available at all times so I can give them to somebody if they want to know more information or to find my YouTube channel. And I also lay these out on a little table next to me when I'm performing with some CDs, and I'll put a picture here of my layout when I do that. But I also like to have a few in that pocket so I can pass it to somebody if they ask me directly. Okay, the next thing is I have a permanent marker. That's for if people ask me to sign the CD when they're buying it. I have some pens. I also have some lip ice. I usually put whatever lipstick or lip gloss I'm wearing in that top pocket as well so I can do a touch-up if necessary. And then I have a tissue. It's a clean tissue, although it's quite crumpled. I don't know if that's the best place to keep it, but I like to have something that I can just wipe my nose or whatever if I need to. And I also have a little battery replacement for my harp tuner. So that's what's in my top pocket. Easy access, and I usually pop my cell phone in there as well. Then let's get into what's inside. The first thing you can find in the main compartment is this amazing thing that has changed my life. It's an extremely portable but very sturdy music stand. I bought mine at a car boot sale, so I don't even know what brand it is. There's no branding on the outside, but it also has a little handle here so you can carry it along very easily, and I keep this inside my harp bag at all times. I never take it out. I have another music stand that I use at home, and this one just stays in there so I don't ever forget my music stand, and it fits so perfectly into my bag that I don't have to carry it separately. This was life-changing. I'll have a look on Amazon and see if I can find something similar, and I'll put links to any of the products you might be interested down below in the description box because some of these are life-changing. Then the next thing you'll find in my harp bag is my handbag. I like that my harp bag is big enough that I can fit my handbag in there, and I just pop it in so it's all in one place. Then I also have this Ziploc bag with a full set of strings and a little book where I write which strings I've replaced so that I can keep track of how often I'm replacing my strings. That's helpful. And I have scissors and all the other little equipment I'll need for changing strings. And I like to keep it in a see-through bag like this because my harp teacher told me that she used to store the harp strings in a material bag, and that whole bag of harp strings was stolen. And the tragic part is that whoever stole it wouldn't even be able to use those harp strings. I think they just took the bag because they saw it was portable and they didn't know what was inside, and it's so much money gone in a flash. So ever since I heard that, I keep mine in a see-through bag so that people can see that this is not something that would be useful to them and they won't steal it. Then I also have a pile of my CDs. I'll put a link down below if you're interested in looking at that. And this little stand contraption thing, which it's a little bit broken, so I need to find another one. But what I do is I open this out and put a CD inside, and it's basically like meant for a painting or a picture. But I just put my CD inside there so that it displays nicely, and I can put it on the table next to me with my CDs laid out, and it means that people can see it from a table further away in the restaurant where I play. So I actually need to get a new one because this one is a little bit broken, but it's working perfectly for me up to this point, and that's made a very big difference. And I also have this water bottle that I keep in my bag and never take out, so that I don't have to ask a waiter at a restaurant wherever I'm performing to give me a glass of water and be a bother to them. I've just got it next to me at all times. And then these are essentials. My Snark electronic tuner. It's an all-instrument tuner, I think. And what I like about this is it can use microphone, or it can actually pick up the sound by vibration. So I'll maybe make a video in the future of how I use this particular tuner, but it's helpful because you don't need a pickup or anything to use it. And then I also have this tuning wrench that I try to keep in my bag at all times. I have another one that I use when I'm practicing, but I try to keep this in my bag because there have been 1 or 2 occasions where I've forgotten it at home, and it is so terrible to have to play on a harp that's slightly out of tune for the whole evening. And one time I even got my mom to actually drive to the venue and bring my tuning wrench to me, and I don't want to have to bother her like that. So I recommend having a separate one that you keep inside your bag at all times if you're performing frequently, because it really is horrible when you leave it at home. Then this is the main reason why I have such a huge harp bag, because I like to take a stack of music with me. Whatever music I'm enjoying at the time, I just keep that in my harp bag, and I change that out fairly frequently. I like to play as much as I can from memory, so I'm constantly adding more songs to my list of memorized music, but I play for 3 hours at a time at the restaurant where I perform, so I like to have a stack of music so I can change it up and not bore the waiters hearing the same music every night. And it's nice that I can have a big enough harp bag that it's not going to hurt my shoulder when I'm carrying it, and I can put as much music as I want to into my harp bag. And then the last thing in my harp bag is this little container. It's actually a toiletry bag. So inside this little bag I have these 2 things that go hand in hand. This is antiperspirant deodorant, and this is wet wipes. So of course the wet wipes you can use to wipe your hands if they're feeling a bit sticky or if something gets dirty, but I also use these in conjunction. I think I've only done it twice, but it was a lifesaver at the time. If you're feeling a little bit sweaty and worried about whether you're stinking and you're going to be talking to people about your music and you don't want to be unprofessional and stinky, then you just take your wet wipe, you go to the bathroom, of course, you don't do this in public. You take your wet wipes, you wipe under your arms so all the stinkiness goes away, and then you use your antiperspirant deodorant to make yourself feel all fresh again. And the once or twice I've used this, it has been like a lifesaver. It's like having a little shower in my bag, and just makes me feel fresh and like a new person, and it takes away that stress of thinking that I'm gross and stinky. Then I also have some tablets in case I get a headache, which is terrible when you're performing. And I have this tape in case I get a blister or something. I can just tape up my fingers and keep on going. As it happens, I've actually never used these when I'm performing because I don't like the feeling of having something else on my fingers. So I try to just play a little softer or have other plans to play through my pain. But if you really have a blister that's just burst, gross, then something like this, which is really thin, would be really helpful to just wrap around your finger and keep going. And that was recommended by my harp teacher. Thankfully, I've never had to use that yet because I've never had that happen in a performance. But if I did, that would be really helpful. Then this is something that I use when I perform at weddings that are outdoors. Just in case I've forgotten to put some sunblock on, I can use my scissors from my string bag, snip it open, and just put a little bit of sunblock on, because it's terrible when you've been playing outside for hours and you're worried about getting sunburnt. And even worse when you get home and see all the horrible tan lines and you're damaging your skin. It's just not worth it. So have this in just in case. And then also for outdoor performances, I have these little pieces of press stick. Well, in South Africa we call it press stick, but I think in the States you call it blue tack, but it's just the sticky stuff that I sometimes use for like sticking music up or sticking the pages on to keep them in place, or I don't actually know. Oh, also I have a pickup in my harp that has like contact pickups, so they're glued on with super glue, but I can also use this in case one of them comes unstuck. So there's just many things that you can use this for. It's just worth keeping it around. And I also have these things that help for keeping my music in place if there's a little bit of wind. I can use one of these dog clips. I have some more here, and also some pegs. And I just have plenty of them in case there's other musicians playing with me and they don't have them. It's terrible when you have to stress about your pages blowing away when you're performing, so I keep plenty of these in my bag. And then the last thing I have in my harp bag is this one lonely elastic band. I don't really know if there's many uses for it apart from keeping my business cards together, but I always seem to have 1 or 2 elastic bands, and I'm sure I've used them for a few things in the past, so there you go. And then of course what I haven't shown you is all the extra little pieces of paper and tissues that I had to take out of my bag before making this video. There's still some in there, and little pieces of string. I'm definitely not perfect, and I'm sure there's other musicians out there like that as well, where you have some things that you keep organized and then you have a little bit of mess along with it. Oops. Talking about oops, there's a few items that I left out of this video because I haven't been using them for gigs recently, but you might be interested in those. And so I'll put a link in the description box below where you can download a list of all the things I mentioned in this video, plus a few extra things that I didn't mention. So take a look. So that's what's in my harp bag. I hope this video was fun for you to watch and maybe helpful as well. Do put a comment down below about anything that I don't have in my harp bag that you think I should have or that you found helpful along the way. I think it's really great when we learn from each other as musicians, and I'm certainly not the harp expert in the world, so I'd love to hear from you too. And I'll also have a link to the Snark tuner and anything else I've mentioned that you might want to check out. And there's also going to be a link to Josh Lane's YouTube channel. I'll put that up in the cards and in the description box below. Thanks for the inspiration, Josh, and keep on doing what you're doing. It's really adding to the harp world here on YouTube. If you liked this video, then please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be doing videos like this every Thursday, and I'd love to have you joining this community. And also put in the comments down below if you have any ideas of topics you'd like me to cover here on Harp Help. Let's get the discussion going and help each other along the way and grow together as harpists. Then also check out my Twitter and Instagram. It's @Christy-Lyn Music, and I'll see you here again next week Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!